ஹாய் காய்ஸ், இன்றைக்கி வீக்கெண்ட். ஸோ ஆப்வியஸாக நம்ம சேனலை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கிற நம்ம சில நண்பர்களுக்கு தெரியும் என்ன மாதிரி வீடியோ வீக்கெண்ட் அப்லோட் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு. அஃப்கோர்ஸ் சேட்டிங் சைட் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம். இன்றைக்கி நம்ம சேட்டிங் சைட்டில் பார்க்க போகிற கெஸ்ட், அவரோட பேர் வந்து அரவிந்த். நம்ம சேனலில் வர நம்மளோட அரவிந்த் இல்லை, இவர் வந்து இன்னொருத்தர். ஆப்வியஸாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இங்கே நான் பேஸ்கெட் பால் மடியில் வச்சுருக்கேன். ஸோ அதிலே தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். அவர் வந்து ஒரு ஐடி ப்ரொஃபஷனல், ஒரு 5 இயர்ஸாக ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காரு. பட் அட் த சேம் டைம் அவரோட பேஷன் பேஸ்கெட் பாலையும் கண்டினியூ பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காரு. ரெகுலராக கொஞ்சம் சீரியஸாக பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காரு. நான் இந்த வீடியோஸில் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து நிறைய இடத்துலலாம் நம்ம சேனலில் நான் சொன்னதில்லை. பட் என்னோடய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு தெரியும். பட் மற்றவங்களுக்காக சொல்கிறேன், நானும் வந்து பேஸ்கெட் பால் தான் விளாட்றேன். அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் மை ஒர்க், நானும் பேஷனுக்காக பேஸ்கெட் பால் தான் விளையாடிட்டுருக்கேன். இப்போ எங்கள் கம்பெனியில் நான் வந்து எங்கள் கம்பெனி டீமுக்காக விளையாடிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஸோ ஆப்வியஸாக எனக்கு அரவிந்த் அங்கே தான் பழக்கம். அரவிந்த் வந்து எங்கள் ஆஃபீஸ் டீமோட கேப்டன். நாங்கள் வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா என்னோடய கம்பெனி பேஸ்கெட் பால் டீமையவே வந்து ஹூப்ஸ்டர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு கிளப்பாகவும் வச்சுருக்கோம். ஸோ நாங்கள் வந்து அக்ராஸ் சவுத் இந்தியா ஏகப்பட்ட கார்ப்பரேட் டோர்னமெண்ட்ஸ், கிளப் டோர்னமெண்ட்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் போய் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கோம். ஸோ அரவிந்தை வந்து மெயினாக நாங்கள் கொண்டு வந்ததுக்கான ரீசன் வந்து அவர் எங்களோட கேப்டன் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக மட்டும் இல்லை. இன்னொரு முக்கியமான ரீசன் என்னென்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, நான் வந்து இப்போ ஒரு 3.5 to 4 இயர்ஸ் கிட்ட நான் இப்போது விளையாடிட்டுருக்கேன் எங்கள் கம்பெனிக்காக. ஸோ அதை வச்சு என்னால் ஒன்று மட்டும் உறுதியாக சொல்ல முடியும், சவுத் இந்தியாவிலேயே ஒன் ஆஃப் தி பெஸ்ட் கார்ப்பரேட் பேஸ்கெட் பால் பிளேயர்ஸ் அப்படின்னா அது வந்து அரவிந்த் வந்து டாப்பில் இருப்பார் அந்த லிஸ்ட்டில். அரவிந்த் வந்து இப்போ நாங்கள்லாம் வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஃபுல் டைம் ப்ரொஃபஷ்னல்ஸ் கிடையாது ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில். ஆப்வியஸாக எங்களுக்கு ஒரு கரியர் வந்து ஐடியில் இருக்குது. நாங்கள் வந்து சைடில் வந்து பேஷனாகவே அதை கண்டினியூ பண்ணுறோம். அப்படிங்கிறப்போ ஜஸ்ட்டு டைம் கிடைக்கிறப்போ ஃப்ரீ டைமில் மட்டும் போய் விளையாடாமல் முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் டெய்லி வந்து நாங்கள் டைமை பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணணும், எப்படியாவது இதுக்கு நாங்கள் ஒரு டைமை ஒதுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு எஃபர்ட் போட்டு நாங்கள் ஏதோ ட்ரை பண்ணுறோம். இந்த மாதிரிலாம் நம்ம ட்ரை பண்ணும்போது எனக்கும் சரி, என் டீமில் இருக்க எல்லாருக்கும் சரி, நாங்கள் எல்லா ஒர்க்கையும் எப்படியாவது ஆஃபீஸ் ஒர்க்கை பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணி டெய்லி நம்ம ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும், நம்மளை கேமில் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணுங்கிறத கான்ஸ்டண்ட்டாக அந்த ஒரு மோட்டிவேஷன் எங்களுக்குள்ளே பில்ட் ஆகிக்கிட்டே இத்தனை வருஷமாக இருக்க ஒரே காரணம் வந்து நான் அரவிந்த் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லுவேன். அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, தன்னோட டீமில் இருக்க எல்லாரையோட வீக்னஸையுமே வந்து கரெக்ட் பண்ணுறது, நம்ம எல்லாரையுமே நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவலுக்கு புஷ் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருப்பார். ஸோ தட் ஆஸ் அ டீம் நாங்கள் வந்து பெட்டர் ஆகிக்கிட்டே இருக்கிற ஒரே ரீசன் வந்து அரவிந்த் தான். ஸோ அரவிந்த் வந்து எங்கள் கூட கார்ப்பரேட் அண்ட் கிளப் டோர்னமெண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் இல்லாமல் வெளியில் நிறையா வந்து ஓப்பன் கிளப் டோர்னமெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் போய் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுறாரு. அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் ஸ்டேட் சாம்பியன்ஷிப்லலாம் கூட கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுறாரு. அதெல்லாம் பார்த்திங்கன்னா நல்ல ப்ரொஃபஷனல் லெவல் ஆஃப் பேஸ்கெட் பால் அதிலெல்லாம் கூட கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காரு. ஸோ அவரை வந்து இந்த வீடியோவில் நான் கொண்டு வரணும் அப்படின்னு அதனால தான் நினச்சேன். மெயினாக இன்னொரு ரீசன் இருக்குது. என்னன்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, இப்போ இருக்கிற கரண்ட் சினாரியோவில் வந்து பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஃபிசிக்கல் ஹெல்த், அதை விட ரொம்ப முக்கியமாக மென்டல் ஹெல்த், இது ரெண்டுமே வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். பணம் காசை விட எனக்கு இதான்ப்பா முக்கியம், ஃபிசிக்கல் அண்ட் மென்டல் ஹெல்த் தான்ப்பா முக்கியம்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய ஒரு காலகட்டத்தில் நம்ம இருக்கோம். அது எல்லோரும் ரியலைஸும் பண்ணிட்டோம். பட் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் நீங்கள் கரியரில் எவ்வளவு சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லான பொசிஷனில் இருக்கலாம், எவ்வளவு வேணால் நீங்கள் பெருசாக ஏர்ன் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்கலாம். பட் இன்னொரு சைடு வந்து இந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் ஆர் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் நீங்கள் இன்வால்வ் ஆகியிருந்தால், அது பேஷனட்டாக நீங்கள் அதை பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா, அது மூலிமா உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கிற ஒரு ஹாப்பினஸ், ஒரு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் வந்து எவ்வளவு ஏர்ன் பண்ணி நம்ம என்ன ஒரு பொசிஷனில் இருந்தாலும் எனக்கு அது கிடைக்குமான்றது தெரில. இது கம்பேரிசனில் இல்லை அப்படின்றது தான் என்னோடய பர்சனல் ஒப்பீனியன். உங்கள் ஒப்பீனியன் மாறலாம். பட் இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்தை பற்றி நிறையா பேசணும் அப்படின்னு தோணுச்சு. பிகாஸ் எல்லோரும் நினச்சிக்கிறாங்க நம்ம ஸ்கூல் காலேஜ் முடிச்சு போனால் வந்து அவ்வளோதான், நம்மளோட எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர்ஸ் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்லாம் முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, இனி வேலை மட்டும்தான் பார்க்கணும், ஃபேமிலி அவ்வளோதான், லைஃப் அதுதான் நினச்சிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அப்படி கிடையவே கிடையாது. ஸோ அந்த ஒரு விஷயத்தை வந்து இந்த வீடியோ மூலிமா நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியப்படுத்தணும். இனி ஃப்யூச்சர்லேயும் நிறையா இந்த மாதிரி எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் இன்வால்வ் ஆனவங்க வந்து இந்த சேனலை நாங்கள் கொண்டு வர ட்ரை பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றது கூட ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப்பு தான் இது. அரவிந்த் வந்து பேஸ்கெட் பால் கம்யூனிட்டியில் வந்து அவர் எல்லாருமே வந்து AK-47 அப்படின்னு கூப்பிடுவாங்க. அவரோட கேமும் அதே மாதிரி தான் தாறுமாறாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அவர் மூலிமா இந்த வீடியோவில் நிறையா பேருக்கு பாசிட்டிவான விஷயங்கள் போய் சேரும் அப்படின்னு நம்புகிறேன். ஸோ இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் ஆர் கமெண்ட் என்ன வேணால் பண்ணுங்கள். பட் ரொம்ப முக்கியம், இந்த சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். பிகாஸ் நம்ம வியூவர்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் பார்க்குறீங்க, பட் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாமல் பார்க்குறீங்க. நீங்கள் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி சப்போர்ட் பண்ணால் தான் எங்களால் வந்து நிறையா அடுத்தடுத்த லெவல் பெரிய பெரிய கெஸ்ட்டுக்கிட்டலாம் போய் அப்ரோச் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் சர்க்கிள், ஃபேமிலி சர்க்கிள் யாருக்கா யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். ஸோ வாங்க சாட்டிங் சைட் எபிசோட் நம்பர் 3 ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ ஹாய் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், நான் உங்கள் சஞ்சு. இந்நேரம் இன்னைக்கு கெஸ்ட் நம்ம யார் அப்படின்றத பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. ஸோ யூ வில் ஜஸ்ட் வெல்கம் யூ அண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் த டிஸ்கஷன். ஸோ மேன்.
Hi Sanju. What's up?
Yeah, I'm great, bro. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Doing great.
Okay, so bro, as we discussed, it's more of like you're working in IT. It's been some 5
Yep.
years, right? Experience.
Yeah, it's been 5. It'll be 5 years in October. Yeah.
Yeah, so you are in like 5 years in IT, but parallelly you are following your game basketball as a passion. So we'll just discuss more on that. Yeah, just to start, the viewers should know like some few things about you. So it will be great to just say how about your academics and your current role, your self-brief kind of.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I did my schooling and my college life here in Trivandrum itself. So basically, I learned basketball. Like I got into basketball at around, I think when I was 16. I think +1 or something like that. So we didn't have a great team or something like that in our school. So it was just because of my passion, and like I started watching basketball when one of my cousins actually introduced me to it. So I was kind of intrigued by the game and slowly started developing a bit of interest. At the same time, we had this, we were actually living in a village kind of a setup. So we wanted to, my parents wanted me to go to the city to learn, like to make sure that I reach somewhere. Especially at that time, how much pressure there is on us for cracking the entrance exams and stuff like that, right? So 2 years, +1 and +2. So we moved to the city. So that kind of helped me a lot. That is actually for studies, but for me, I use it as an opportunity to actually play every day. So that is the time when I started something. So when I start something, I have this habit of, maybe taking it to another level, like keeping on doing it again and again until I feel like it's enough. Yeah, which usually doesn't happen, but I take it to another level. So again, the same thing happened with basketball. That was the time when I switched over from cricket to basketball. So along with my studies and the entrance preparation and stuff like that, I started working on this, and then slowly into my college days. Thankfully, I got my college admissions here in my hometown itself. So even that was kind of comfortable. And in 4 years in college, how we go in to meet someone, the new team in the college, and we slowly start gelling with everyone. And by second year or third year, you kind of have the whole grip over the college and how things will be going on and how you can actually develop a team on your own and stuff like that. So by fourth year, I guess we had a pretty good team. We were playing around 7-8 solid tournaments all around Kerala. We've never gone outside Kerala, but I guess almost all the normal college tournaments in Kerala. And then I was a mechanical engineer student, so 4 years was kind of easy. And the college life was also pretty good since it was a government kind of college. It wasn't a private college, so it wasn't that strict. So it was fun, and slowly I got placed in Infosys. Again, the first question, and this the only question which I asked the interviewer was the fact that, do you have a basketball team? Because my only motivation that I heard from my friends at Infosys before the selection process was the fact that they gave a lot of importance to sports. So I was pretty excited to get selected in Infosys, and as it transpired, after joining Infosys, I met with a few people there at Mysore during my training days, and it sort of continued, and here we are talking about it.
Yeah, actually, I was about to ask like when did the actual career kickoff started? But yeah, you said it that like your cousin introduced you to the game of basketball.
It was
I'm not
actually
wrong, you
from a
started
computer
at
game. My cousin introduced me to that computer game. He said it's really good, it's fascinating. I was like, okay, fine. And then he was a Lakers fan, so
Okay.
slowly I also turned into that. And then I saw Kobe Bryant, obviously. You know how the rest is.
Great, man. So like, can you just say like at what point you realized that this game is not just a game; it is a part of our life. That transition of a game to passion. When did you realize?
See, I guess every guy maybe every girl can actually relate to this, right? During our childhood days, we would have taken up a lot of things, right? For some people, it's singing, dancing, for some people, it's sports. And even in sports, you have like lots of different options. Every guy, the go-to thing when you are a child is actually cricket, right? So just like that, even I started off with cricket. And then slowly what I felt was, like, I know it will be tough to reach somewhere, even while playing cricket. But again, when I started playing basketball, it was sick. It was more fun. It was short and it was more demanding of you as an athlete because you need to be fit, you need to run, it's not like cricket doesn't involve running, but the level of fitness that you need to have in basketball and the level of dedication that you need to have is much more. I felt personally it was much more. So 11th and 12th, I guess, when I was 16, 17, that was the time when I figured it out that this game could actually bring me a lot of happiness if I made sure that I kept on, kept on being focused in the game as well as my studies. So when it transpired to college days and all those things, then what happened was we used to practice with a few, old people, like the retired folks from police team and people like that who really played at greater levels. For example, who represented Kerala, who played for India. So people like that, when you meet people like that, what happens is you grow so fascinated by this game that they still keep on playing the game at 55, 56, 60 years of age. It's just that they come every day morning at 6:30 and where we have trouble waking up, right, at such a young age. And they come and they practice, that kind of triggered something in me that, okay, this game is something which is worth it. And I haven't seen the same kind of dedication for any other game. So that kind of triggered something. And I guess it was after my first tournament in school days that I actually realized that, it's such an adrenaline rush that this game can actually bring. So, and slowly into my college days, that teamwork, how you bond with the team, how you go for tournaments and stuff like that. And then once you start to get, start being a bit good at what you're doing, then slowly, I guess, it kind of gets in your mind. I guess that's the point where I realized this is something great.
Actually true. Like every sportsman will have their own reasons to justify that their game is better. But obviously we should say it for basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Great man. So see, you said that in school you just got a chance to play, and in college it was a government college. There is not much strict. You are able to play a lot and all this. But most of the people, like youngsters, right, they all will play in school and college. But when they come out of that, there is always like in school and college you hang out with friends, you can play. But once you go to work, it will be just work. They don't even know that you can still pursue sports in the side like that. You don't need to be like, you need to leave the job and go, but you can parallelly balance. But balancing is not something everyone is good at. So you are working for 5 years and also you are playing and you have made some steady improvements. Like you might think it is short for your level, but from others' perspective, you are just doing great. So how do you balance your work life and this game life? What sort of the daily routine you go through?
Honestly, I guess after first year of my work, I think the first year was actually pretty good because, initially we have the 6 months training at Infosys. So that is pretty easy to manage that along with game. And the fact that at Mysore, you have a lot of players coming in as well, right? For different sports. You have a lot of people coming in from different parts of the country because that was at that time a main center for training. So what I looked forward to at that time was the fact that I could actually play with like people from different parts of the country. Right? I don't think not many people get an opportunity to do that. So that, according to me, was something great. That was one of the best times of my life. So that after that, you come to actually, you get placed somewhere, to some DCs meaning, to some Infosys centers. There, the actual work starts. So that needs a lot of balancing because, depending upon the type of work that you do, you'll need to balance it. It might not be the same for every guy working inside the same company because as you know, Sanju, like, we work in different projects, right? So one guy's project might be from, might start work from early morning 8 o'clock to 5:30, and then other guys might be from 12:30 to night 9:30. So it's about how you balance. For me, initially I was working from 9 to around 6 7. So at that time I found out that we didn't have a court at Infosys then, so we had to travel around 2 3 kilometers to find a court and actually go there after work from 7 7:30 to around 9. We practiced and then we came back home. Everyone was exhausted obviously, but again, you need to have that determination, honestly. Like if you don't want to do that with all of your heart, and I really don't think balancing work and your desire or your hobby will be possible. Because if you can do it for like once a month or once a week, but if you want to do it on a regular basis, right, you gotta know how to manage time. That is really important, especially your work. Like you gotta plan early that you have to go at this time, right? Go to practice at 7. So you might have to skip a few things, like maybe tea breaks. I have done that a lot. You have also done that a lot, right? Just to get that hour of practice in. And I feel, skipping that will, like, it doesn't make me lose anything. It only help me, you know, give me that practice time which I really, really want, which will really make me happy. At the end of the day, I guess it's about, prioritizing stuff which will make you happy, right? So finding time for that.
It man. See, when we are saying this work and game balance, right? Many people will also be loving to do that, but every individual will, regardless of basketball or any other sport, whatever extracurricular interest someone possesses, they want to
Yeah.
continue it, but most of them will say a common reason like some family situation or family constraint, something like that. I say like how important is that family support for any sportsman? So that I want to hear it from.
Honestly, it's a huge part. Okay, it's an understatement actually that everyone, not many people recognize the importance that family plays, especially for people like us who are actually not professionals. Okay, who are actually working on some other field. At the same time, we want to pursue something on the side, right? Let that be sport or any other thing. The support from your family, your parents, or your, whoever your immediate family is, your wife, your husband, or whoever it is. That is very important. For me personally, even during my college days, my mom and dad, they used to be there by my side. Even like my wife, who was my girlfriend then, she used to support me a lot. So even now, after marriage, like it's a huge thing because you might have to stay away from family for like a couple of days when you're going for tournaments, and then people will be the first question they'd be asking you would be, why are you doing this? You're working in an IT industry and you're playing. The only 2 days that you get off, Saturdays and Sundays, you're going outside state for tournaments, right? And what do you get out of that? You spend money, you don't get anything in return. All you get is maybe, if you finish in a position, you get prizes. But what else do you get? I've been on the receiving end of that question so many times in my life from so many people. But the only thing that I have to answer is the fact that your happiness is something which you decide, right? It's not about the money that you spend. It's not about the time that you take away from your loved ones. You are with them the whole time. But it's about that personal happiness, the things that make you happy. Like you have to find time for that. And the people who are around you, they have to understand the fact that you need your own time to do stuff like this, and they need to respect you and they need to support you for that. Because if something like this comes up for them, then we would also obviously make sure that we support them, right? So I guess that it is very important for people who don't really understand people like us who are doing this. It is very important for family to support.
So for anyone for that matter who's trying to do something out of the box, family
Yep.
support is like one of the key things.
Exactly. Very
Yeah,
essential.
so few people will be gifted, like their parents will be always supportive. For
Yeah.
few, they might be security conscious or they wanted their kids to be on the safer side. So
Yep.
the thing is like it's up to the guys or girls to make them understand how important it is for them. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know from your point. So, great man.
Yeah, it's about sitting down and actually explaining your side of things to your
Yeah,
parents,
like,
whoever it
they
is.
might think
making
like
them
we are just
understand.
he is just 16 years or 18 years. What does he know?
Exactly.
He will always
Yeah.
think that, but they don't know like what kind of things we actually explored or researched to do those
Exactly.
things.
Yeah. And that is actually the time to make mistakes, especially when you're 16, 18, 20 and all. You have to try different things. You have to, see what all works, what all clicks, what you're not good at. That is the time when you need to experiment a lot in life, I feel.
True. So nice, man. So yeah, next thing I wanted to know was like a bit of a serious question, but if you
Yeah.
feel like answering, you can. Otherwise, you can skip. The thing is, what are the things that you lost or sacrificed because of game? Some big things or something that you really even feel bad till now.
Um, uh, like there's always two sides to a coin, right? So, of all the good things that have come out of this game, like of which you've been also a part of, right? So many, uh, but there will definitely be negatives as well. Like, I am no like an international player or something like that, but even for us, people who travel on, as I said earlier, weekends to actually go and play tournaments and stuff like that, right? So I missed a lot of important, occasions. A few of them were, I guess my dad's birthday. I missed an important day actually. He needed everyone to be there. That was a time when we were actually going through some tough time. So I missed that because I had to go for a tournament. I've actually missed, I think, one of my college interviews for a company because of a tournament. I don't regret that, honestly. I really don't regret that because for me, obviously, a job or playing basketball it is any day because that gives me a lot of happiness. And other than that, I guess it's just the small things, right? You have to be away from your family. You miss them, like you miss your friends, your family, and everyone. And like when something important comes up, you'll have to actually call someone up to actually just go there, man, help them out. I'm not there. I've actually gone for a tournament. The first thing they would ask you is, if you knew something like this would happen, then why did you go? Then I wouldn't have an answer because it's something that I've been committed to it, to the game for so long that I can't actually say no now. There were a few incidents, but none. I don't recall anything which is like very serious or like. But there are a few occasions which have been which have actually brought me a lot of grief.
That's good, man. Because yeah, obviously everyone will have. Even we used to discuss like what kind of
Yeah,
things we miss out on work due to the game. But obviously, as we said before, happiness is a choice. So this
yeah,
is what we choose. So it's always up.
exactly.
As it- So yeah, the next thing is it's more of like a analysis kind of a question. Like what you think about that? Like
Okay.
see, I played in school. After that, I just had a 6 7 years gap and I started in field. And you started from 11th and you're playing till now. So we are
Yep.
going for corporate tournaments like all over South India. But you personally, you are playing in many club tournaments and you are competing in state
Yep.
championship and stuff, right? So
Yep.
once when you are playing in school or college, you might have seen someone in your college or school, your senior or your peer, someone who's really a great player, one of
Yeah.
the best player whom you might have thought like he's going to be huge one day, something like that. But now
Yep.
they might not be even in the picture of basketball. And
Hmm.
vice versa would also be there. Like, this guy will be just coming for fun. He doesn't have any seriousness. That kind of a guy you might have met somewhere before, but now he is one of the bigger names in basketball, the state level or national level, something like this. So, have you met
Hmm.
someone in these both scenarios? If yes, just some few words on.
I do actually. I have one of my. He's actually a junior. Okay, we all started the game together. Uh, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he was a kid. I think when I started in my 11th standard, I think I recall him being in 6th or 7th standard. Okay, that kid had immense potential, man. The minute he picked up the basketball, it's like you can actually feel that he was destined for greatness. I think in his 8th or 9th standard, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. He represented Kerala, okay, in his junior or sub junior level. He played for Kerala twice, if I remember correctly. And then I lost contact with him because I was out of school. And then I didn't have, I moved around a lot. I was busy with my college life and stuff like that. So after, I guess, 4 5 years, when I saw him, uh, he plays occasionally. The funny thing is he doesn't practice at all. He's gained a lot of weight. He was around 100 or 105 kilos. He's shorter than me. So obviously you can imagine how that would be. But again, when he steps onto the court, you can actually see that talent, that raw talent in him. But obviously to not that same kind of a level when he was playing really good. So I was honestly shocked. And he is very good at academics as well. So we don't have that kind of it's very rare to find that kind of a combination where you're actually good at studies as well as, the extracurricular activities. So when I see him now, I really, really feel sad that, like maybe I wasn't there. Maybe we could have, been in contact with each other. Like I should have at least urged him not to give up basketball. And now when I see him, he looks at me and he says, "Oh man, it's good that I really feel good that you're actually playing now. I still feel sad that I can't play, so I have to reduce my weight and then I'll start again." He'll come for 2 3 days and then he'll go missing again. So we try to reach him and then he'll be like, "Yeah, we'll come after a week or after like a month or so." But that's something I feel really, really sad for. And for the other case, I guess for the person who I haven't thought like who hasn't actually performed well, but here he's actually shown a lot. Is I guess every single member of my like Infosys team, like basketball team, I don't know about any of their basketball history. Okay? And when I met them, I never thought like basketball was that important part in their life. Okay? I don't know whether it was because they wanted to get off their work stress, or it's because they wanted to, like what do you say? Just cope with some other stress in their life, but whatever it is, whatever the reason may be, they started showing dedication to basketball, which I never thought anyone else could. Like you have that level of dedication inside you, right? You know what you are, how much you are dedicated. But when you see people like you, right, who actually spend time with you and you want to actually get better at the game with you, you feel immensely happy. You feel so satisfied at that time. So every single one of my teammates, we call ourselves Hoopsters, Sanju. So you're also a part of one. So you included. So every one of them, and I see you guys on the court every day, wrapping up your work at 6, coming for practice, having all those chit chat and how to practice, how to get better each game. That is something which is actually struck me a lot.
The next question obviously is which is the best compliment ever that you have received apart from family, obviously.
Honestly, from family, I haven't received that many compliments. It's like
you play.
You're like even if you're like the best player, you're like, "Oh, Mone, Adiboli." Okay, that roughly translates to "Great job, son." That's it. And then they go mind like doing their own business. Even my wife is like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Let me see the trophy." Like awesome. Obviously, you don't expect anything else more, right? Obviously. So my best compliment when people say they've learned something from me, that kind of gives you a lot of happiness. Like that kind of gives me a lot of happiness, because it's nothing like it's not a character or anything, but I feel like this game can actually teach you a lot of stuff in real life, like how to lead, how to face difficult situations. I always compare stuff which happens in my life to a difficult situation which I faced in the game, because it's all relatable for me. So like that, I feel if I could influence someone to become a better version of themselves on and off the court, or if I could give them just a game of basketball, just to be happy, to just shy away from all the sorrows or the difficult situations of their life and just concentrate on something else. I guess that was the best compliment that I got.
Cool. So obviously, the next question is the other side of this. So the best criticism.
Best criticism ever. There's this guy who I honestly look up to. He's like my idol in basketball. Okay? His name is Deepu. He's another player who plays outside. So I look up to him a lot for all these things. For he's the one who asked me to actually work on shooting, because you cannot always depend upon just one style of game. You have to adapt as you go forward. Adapt according to the defense. Adapt on depending upon the level that you play. So again, he's the one who said I again him and a few other people have actually said that I'm only good at running. Like if I take the running part away from my game, I won't reach anywhere, or I'm not that great. So that is something which I have received a couple of times in my life actually. So that's a point when actually, and again, criticism is something which you can even let that be how destructive it doesn't matter how destructive it is. You can actually turn it into a constructive way, right? Like just grab the things, or just extract or filter the things which you want, and make sure that you can actually channel that to improve yourself. So when you see the results come out, you will be like, okay, thanks to those people who actually criticized me rather than complimented me, you know, to help me reach better.
True. Nice, man. So, yeah. Uh, so we have been stuck at home due to this lockdown, corona and stuff. So, yeah. Now, say about your struggles during this lockdown as a player who plays regularly, and what are the things that you keep doing to keep yourself going in your home, like workouts or something,
Yeah.
a motivation. What you keep doing to overcome these struggles, these hard times.
For a player like me, maybe people might call me crazy. I've heard that a lot. Okay? That's not the criticism that I've received, but when people call me like you're crazy about basketball, you're mad. I kind of it kind of makes me feel happy, honestly. But for a guy who was like that, to stay away from basketball for so long, like I stayed away initially for the first 3 months. I didn't play basketball at all. That was a tough time, honestly. The first few days I was okay because I had no certainty about when this was gonna end, when the lockdown was gonna end. So I was hoping, okay, tomorrow, okay, next week, okay, next month, this might be all get settled. So so I started working out normally. Like I thought, okay, I could use this time to rest, because I really didn't have that much rest when I was, when prior to this lockdown stuff. Every day I used to play. We have to work, so that kind of takes a toll on your body. So I thought I can use this time to actually help myself build a better body, so that I put on a bit of muscle or something like that. So the next time when I step onto the court, I can use strength. I've never felt like I've had that much strength to actually play against my opponents. It's all about skill or whatever. I couldn't maintain a proper diet and all. I wanted to, but trust me, it's very tough during lockdown, especially when it's just you and your partner living together. So I guess that's how I utilized the first 2-3 months. After that, I think office reopened for a bit, and then we started playing for a month. That was really good. Like it felt really happy to be on the court, because you know how everything is, the depression of not playing, of not seeing your friends, and everything like that. Right? Again, it stopped here in Trivandrum. There was a huge breakout after that 1 month, and then again for 2 months it stopped. Now we are playing again. So it was so difficult to stay positive during that time. And I know it is for everyone, but you gotta find a way to actually change the routine. It's all about staying, being adaptive and finding ways to actually reach the goal. So for me, if I can't run or I can't play, I can work on my fitness, my strength, so that next time when I get on the court, I'll be healthy.
Super, man. So you just work out every day, right?
Yeah, I know it's tough, but there are days when you just don't feel like doing, especially because of work, right? You know how work from home is, right? You wake
Work
up
from
in the
home is like
morning.
only work from home.
Yeah, you're actually working from home the whole time. There is no tea time, breakfast time, lunch time. It's all work time, and then you eat stuff, you type stuff, you eat stuff, you work stuff. That's it. I guess you have no matter when I finish. Usually I work out sometime. I find an hour and a half or 2 hours for working out, or let that be like after 11 o'clock. It might be bad, but Unfortunately for guys like us who are actually part of an industry wherein our work takes a lot of our daily time, like we can't find another time. We might not be able to find time in between our work, like during our work time. So we have to find some time after. So sometimes from 11 to 12:30 in the night, I'll work out. So I have dinner before. Adjust my diet and daily life according to that. There were times where you just want to quit. Like you'll be like, why am I doing this? I am gonna be stuck at home for like 6 more months. So let's do it in the last month, so that I can actually show someone that I worked out. Yeah, and then I'm like, it's okay. You can't give up now, so you have to keep on going. It's a tough thing, honestly, and there will be days when you feel down. You just gotta pick yourself up.
Tough man. So yeah, one hypothetical question. So yeah,
Yeah.
see now we are working, right? So obviously, say for example, you are getting a job or some offer where you get some thrice or 4 times of the money that you can make now. Okay, you are either in the same place or in a country where there is literally no basketball at all. So you pick that up, or what you will do? It is literally some huge money. Okay? That is the thing. That is the scenario. What do you do?
Okay, there are two parts to this. Okay, one thing is the money part. The next thing will be the no basketball part. Like money part is initially during my college recruitment days, I had an option to actually go to Infosys or MRF. So I already cracked the Infosys interview. So I didn't have much to worry, and I knew that there was basketball there from a lot of my friends. And then the MRF part, being a mechanical student, like you would love to go to MRF, right? But the problem was, you know how it is there. There is no team there. So my thing was, do I really want to go there? And I kind of felt like throwing the interview. So because again they offered more money, that is so obvious. As a fresher in Infosys, and I don't think even I earn that much money now as I would have as a starter at MRF. So I kind of felt like I wouldn't fit there at MRF. Money doesn't really matter, but 5 years down the lane, right now at Infosys, right now because of all the economic conditions and because of the family part of it, you're married and you're expected to earn more. It's tough, honestly, being dedicated to the part that we stay at Infosys. The one huge part being the fact that Hoops's family, the basketball family here, and when you see people dropping out of our basketball family at Infosys, that is tough. Like that kind of makes you wonder: did you make the right decision? Should you switch? So every one person who actually goes from here, who leaves this DC or goes out, people like them to move out, right? Like, I felt really like sad. Obviously, they have to live their life. I only wish good for them. So, but again, like then at that time you you question yourself. But then I'm like, next day somebody else will come. So you just gotta stay positive. And it's not always about money. And for me, happiness, I prioritize happiness over money any day, all day. Then about basketball, like I've heard, like people have told me so many times that even when I started, when you go to college, you'll stop playing basketball. There might not be even a team. Even when I went to my college at SCT, we didn't have a proper ground. Like it was a parking ground for the basketball court. So it was tough. Again, nobody said that we had a good team. We built a decent team. Again, at Infosys, people questioned me. Before going to Infosys, everyone was like, "You're gonna work. Now stop playing. There's no point in playing. There's no game there." And you know how it all ended up. We are a team here. People now know us, and it's not just the IT industry. It's just that when I go for outside tournament and all, right, people recognize the fact that they might not say the Infosys team, they might say the Technopark guys, but like they have a decent team. So that's when I hear that, I feel so proud and so happy that people recognizing the actual basketball professionals, recognizing IT professionals who actually play basketball as part of their hobby. That is something which is actually good. So, like even if I'm in a country where there is no basketball, there will be a court there. Right? And even if it's not there, like I believe in my mind that actually I can build one there, or doesn't matter how much money it takes. And to get people there, that's again something which I know I can. That won't be that difficult.
Oh, great. So obviously, yeah. If you ask someone who's really passionate for the game, obviously they will say this answer.
Yep.
Nice to hear
It's
from
all
you,
about
man.
being passionate.
Yep. So yeah, we have come to the end. So before winding up, I just want you to say a few words for sportsmen who are coming out of school or college. Just few motivating words so that they never leave their passion if they are good at it.
Like to all the guys, like to whoever is listening or not listening, or if you know anyone, like whoever is listening, if you know any of your friends who are coming out of college or who are going through a tough time at work because they can't go to their hobbies, you don't actually have to quit. But if you don't want to be at the place where you are at, fine, quit, go ahead. But if you feel like you're at the right place and if you want to follow your hobby, just go ahead with it. I mean, it's just a matter of finding time for it, prioritizing stuff over it. It's sure as hell gonna be tough, but once you find it, after the initial days, I can guarantee you that it's gonna be happy days ahead. Like it's gonna bring you a lot of happiness because you're now doing something which you're really happy about. And me working as an IT professional and like playing basketball part time, like doing, never quitting that passion. And one thing which I really want to do is actually show people outside of this IT field that you can actually work, in a software field or something like that, and follow your passion at the same time. And that is something which I wanted to prove to a lot of people in my life. And it's actually, I have actually done that, and this is actually a proof of that. So anything is honestly possible, and it's not just a saying. It's just that you have to put in the work. It might be tiresome for you. It might be stressing you out. But if you feel like doing the thing which makes you happy, you should do it. You should never quit. You should never let it go to the side, because once it goes to the side, it's very difficult to bring it back. Always make sure you have a clear path regarding your work life and your hobbies, because especially during such a time, during lockdowns and during all this crisis, you need something to be happy about, right? All those, at least the memories that you had. And I would actually really like to thank you, Sanjay, for actually giving me such an opportunity, because not many people would actually know about like the stuff that we go through, or it is so similar. Like people don't understand that what they are going through is something which everyone goes through. But when we have platforms like what you've actually laid down, people would actually get I mean, it might not be a huge amount of people, like even one person can actually make a difference, right? So we've all been we've all been acquainted with people who are actually there, who can actually make a difference, who we know, right? Who made a difference in our life. So just like that, this platform is actually a really great opportunity for everyone to actually find out who they are, or how they can get better, and what they do.
Oh, true. Yeah, that is the ultimate motive as well. Because see, in the current world, what I personally feel is with all this negativity happening around, the word of motivation to do something right, it is not even there. Right from the family, it's tough to say. Even family doesn't support you, but that's how the world is.
But that's how it is, yeah.
So many things happening in every people's life, and they're just hiding it, and they're just showing a different version outside.
Yep.
Yeah, these things definitely, at least as you said, even if it sparks one or two people to take back what they left behind, we are really successful in what we are doing. So we'll just wind it up, dude.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'll just switch back to Tamil. So guys, இப்போ பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, இதுதான் வந்து நான் பேசணும்னு நினச்ச விஷயம். ஸோ இப்போ சொன்ன மாதிரி நாங்கள் நிறைய இந்த டோர்னமெண்ட்டோட ஸ்னாப்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், சில முக்கியமான சில வீடியோ ஃபுட்டேஜஸோ, சில மொமெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் நான் கண்டிப்பாக இந்த வீடியோவில் ஆட் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ லைஃப் வந்து ஸ்கூல் காலேஜோடலாம் முடிஞ்சு போயிட்டு, ஸோ நம்ம என்னைக்கு எண்டு அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ அன்னைக்கு தான் நிஜமான எண்டு. அது வரைக்கும் நம்ம போயிட்டே இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்றது தான் பாயிண்ட். இது இருக்கிறத பாருங்க, பார்த்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு யாருக்காவது மோட்டிவேட் ஆனால் ஜஸ்ட் நான் இதை திருப்பி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னு யாரோ ஒருத்தர் வந்து இந்த கமெண்ட்ல போட்டால் கூட ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக ஃபீல் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்றத நான் சொல்லிக்கிறேன். உங்கள் பேஷனை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிகிட்டே இருங்க. இதே மாதிரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான பேஷனட்டான கெஸ்ட் நிறைய பேரை அந்த வீடியோவில் கொண்டு வரேன். ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஃபேமிலி சர்க்கிள் யாருக்காக இருந்தாலும் இது அவங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் லைக் பண்ண கூட வேண்டாம் வீடியோவை, பட் கண்டிப்பாக ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். எனக்கு அதுதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம் நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ இன்னொரு அட்டகாசமான வீடியோவில் கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம மறுபடியும் மீட் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ தேங்க்ஸ் அலாட் அரவிந்த். See you soon in the court. All the very best, bro. Keep talking, keep practicing. And
you too, man.
Hope
all the
to
best for
see
your platform.
Bye bye. Take care.